Hi, friends. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Is there anybody out there? I see you. I see you out there. All right. No one's going to talk to me. That's fine. I don't care. Oh, hi, Molly. How's it going? I have a baby. I have a little baby. Very excited. All right. All right. How's it going? It's my first live stream after having my baby. He's at home with mama, taking a nap and, screaming and pooping, doing all the cool baby stuff. So that's pretty dope. So I thought I would stop in for a little bit just to say hi and go through this week's books and then rush back home to see my baby. Let's see. It goes. How's the tiny burrito-sized baby going? He is great. He is a tiny little burrito. He's so small. There's so many times where I put him down in his little bassinet for a minute and I come back and I'm like, oh, you're so small. How did you you seem smaller than you were 5 minutes ago. It's so friggin' cute. But boy, his poops. Bleh. Stinky. He's a stinky little baby. He's very cute. I love him so much. Let's see. I will share a photo with you now. Oh, there he is. There's my little baby. He doesn't have a mohawk just yet, but we're working on it. Oh, Molly, the Mr. Miracle books finally showed up for next week. Next week, we're going to do book club. Tonight is movie club, and we're going to be doing Blade Runner. And I watched the final cut, whatever. There's like 19 different cuts of the Blade Runner film. So I watched the final cut on HBO Max. And we're going to be talking about Blade Runner tonight at 8 o'clock. And then next week, we're going to be doing Mr. Miracle from DC Comics because they just showed up today. I ordered them like a week or two ago, and they finally just showed up. The books I ordered from TKO, The Banks, which was supposed to be the next book club, still haven't arrived. I ordered them a month ago. So, whoops. You can't hear me, but I just made a dramatic sound looking at the photograph. I could hear it in my brain. All right. So I haven't checked in the books yet, so I'm going to be going through and marking them off as I go. So bear with me. So DC Comics. Let's see. I got another copy of Batman Catwoman. So mark that off. I got one of those. Batman Catwoman. And then 2 copies of Strange Adventures number 7. Or just more copies of that. That already came out. Batman Black and White issue 2. Oh, the jock cover of Batman Black and White number 2. Got another copy of that. We've been catching up on movies when the kid is asleep. So what did we watch? Oh, we watched a new movie that just hit Netflix. I Care a Lot is the name of the film, starring Rosamund Pike from Gone Girl. And it was awesome. That was a great, oof, what a ride. So Batman Black and White number 3. Got... Hi, Sid. I'm sorry about your kitty. I saw the message today. Love you. Oh, that's so rough. Batman Black and White number 3, main cover. And this is an anthology series from different creators. This one featuring news stories and art by Bengal, Olivier Coipel, Nick Dragotta, Bilquis Live Evely, Kelly Jones, Ariella Cristantina, John Ridley, Tim Seeley, and Andy Tong. With an old back cover by Olivier Coipel. What? No baby, or is he just off screen? The baby is not at the store. The baby is at home. I have two homes. There is store home, and there is home. So little Kai is at home. Batman Black and White 3 main cover from Joshua. Oh, that's a Joshua Middleton. Look at that. Josh Middleton kills it. Look at that. You got 3 copies of that one. And then there's Sana Takeda variant. Ooh, he bloody. Boy, why you bloody? We got 2 copies of that one. And 2 copies of the Carrie Randolph Poison Ivy variant cover. Carrie Randolph, who draws Excellence, which is basically like black magic, like black kind of Harry Potter magic kind of stuff. African American. All right. Not to be confused with the actual comic called Black Magic by Nicola Scott and Greg Rucka. Action Figure Expert says, oh, hello, Mr. JD. How you doing? How is the baby? Hope the baby is good. I will keep showing this picture of my baby. You can't stop me. That's my little son. Oh, good. Look at him. God. I also right next to this picture of my son in my photos in my phone is this screenshot from WandaVision, because I thought it looked so memeable. I just love that face she's making. So yeah, that's my son. And then yeah, one of the movies we watched recently was called I Care a Lot, and it was awesome. Highly recommend it. And there's Kiddo using the bassinet more than the baby does. She was like, nah, this is mine now. Because I'll tell you, the kid does not like being put down. I don't mean emotionally. He loves the emotional abuse. I mean, like being set down, he does not enjoy. He'll cry if no one's holding him. So that's exhausting, but adorable. You are supposed to be catching up on your sleep when the kid is asleep. Sure. The kid sleeps like 20 hours a day. I can't, but never at night. It's all 20 hours are during the daytime, and then a couple of hours at nighttime when we want to go to sleep. And he's like, nah, brah, it's time for me to poop and scream. And anytime it looks like I'm sleepy, says the baby, and you put me down, I will scream. So keep holding me, but don't fall asleep, because it's not safe to hold the baby while you're sleeping. Enjoy. Sid says, hi, JD. Seeing your face is a nice distraction. Thank you. From my body. Sushan, I bought Sushan one of those big mirrors, and then you open up the mirror and you can put all your jewelry and stuff in there. So it's like a jewelry case plus, put your other miscellany in there. But it's also a big full-length mirror, which I've never had before in my life. So this morning, I got out of the shower and saw my full nude body and was horrified. So my face is a nice distraction from that. Fwomp, says Noel. Can I get a copy of that Batman Black and White #3? I heard about a story in there I want to read. Heck yeah, you can. I assume you want the Josh Middleton cover, Noel? Because that's the dopest one? Or do you want the Takeda sort of manga cover? Or do you want the Carrie Randolph Poison Ivy cover? Okay, gotta rock. I guess that means he's leaving. Oh, okay. Bye, Noel. That was quick. Dan H says congrats. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. Let me make this little note. Noel. All right, so Noel's on that. The kiddo is already giving you gray hair. It's true. I had reddish brown hair a week ago, and now the kid came out immediately, just all the color drained out of me. Actually, never mind. Give me Kai's face only, please. I got another one. I'll show you another Kai. Little sleepy baby boy. And this, I took a picture of this because it looks like he's doing like the, oh, Jesus Christ. What the, come on, dude. Like anytime I make a dad joke, I think of this photograph where he's just ashamed. All right, what's next? Looks like, oh, Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn. And there's two covers of this bad boy. It looks like, are they both by... There's one by Scalera. Yeah, one's by Scalera, it looks like, and the other one's by Sean Murphy. So there's a Sean Murphy cover. And I believe this is Matteo Scalera cover. Let me double check that before I go lying like a jerk. Oh, I guess it's a friggin' secret. You're not going to tell me? I still haven't read Curse of the White Knight, but it's on my list because I really enjoyed White Knight. Yeah, the other cover is by Matteo Scalera. There we go. All right, so... Hi, Robin. How's it going? Long time no speak or see. If you're the same Robin I remember from 20 years ago. So let's see, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 copies of cover 1 and 2, 4, 6, 8 copies of cover 2. 9 and 8. Congrats on the baby boy, says Hal2814. Thank you, Hal. He is pretty cute. I'm not going to lie. Sushan and I had that conversation where we were like, is our baby actually cute, or are we just parents who think our baby is cute? And then everyone else goes, oh, geez, this poor kid. I think he's pretty cute. Oh, hi, Brian Anderson. How's it going, buddy? All right, next up we have, Crisis on Multiple Earths, Book 1. So this is a nice big collection of the Silver Age by Gardner Fox, Denny O'Neil, Mike Zakowski, and Dick Dillon. Crisis on Multiple Earths, Crossing Over, Volume 1. From comics legends Gardner Fox, Denny O'Neil, blah, 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 come the incredible crossover events that gave birth to the DC multiverse as we know it. This book is a must-have volume that brings together the earliest adventures of the heroes of two Earths as they battle their own arch-nemeses, the doppelganger villains of Earth 3 known as the Crime Society, and more. So yeah, these are classic Justice League stories that introduced the fact that there was a multiverse in the DC. Lots of really cool classic stories. I've actually never read any of these. But it looks awesome. So we got one of those. And Future State Aquaman. Oh, speaking of Aquaman, we've gone through all of the Snyder movies. We did Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League, in order to prepare for the Snyder cut of the Justice League. God help us. And then Sushan had never seen Aquaman, the film with Jason Momoa. And we got 20 minutes in, and Sushan goes, "Who directed this?" And I said, "Oh, it's James Wan, the guy from The Conjuring and Insidious and one, Fast and Furious #7 or something." So he's mostly a horror director. And she goes, "It's pretty bad." And then, so that's 20 minutes in. Cut to 25 minutes later, 25 minutes in, only 5 minutes after that comment, she was sound asleep. So I turned off the movie because it's awful. So Future State Aquaman. We have one main cover. And the artist cover, which looks like also Carrie Randolph. Yeah, another Carrie Randolph artist cover. Carol says, "Hi, new microphone?" Nope. No, I've had this microphone for quite a while now. You can see it because I didn't push it out of frame. I like the Nicole Kidman stuff at the beginning. I don't. Despite Nicole Kidman being a very good actress, her stuff is pretty bad. That whole beginning sequence, I know they were going for the cuteness of here's how you drink tea, lady from the sea. But the dialogue is pretty rough. There's one line that we actually laughed out loud. And the line, so she's parting ways with her love, right? The author's dad. And she's crying and he's crying. And she goes, "In the sea, the tears are washed away." And he goes, "But on land, we feel them." Ugh. Ugh. So yeah, we got Aquaman, Future State #2. Sorry, I'm just sort of organizing the books on my desk here. Give me a sec. Also, I'm mentioning it again. Tonight is movie club. We're doing Blade Runner. So yeah, we voted and we're doing Blade Runner. So we watched that last night. Bye, Hisang. And we're going to be talking about that tonight at 8 o'clock on Zoom. So anybody who wants to join us, let me know, and I will hook you up with the Zoom link later tonight. There's actually a book club Facebook group. Let me see. Do we have it in my little banners that I could throw up? That's the Patreon, Facebook. No. But if you go to facebook.com/JD's Hero Complex Book Club, you can ask to join. I'll let you in, and then you can vote. And that's where I post the Zoom links and stuff for book club and movie club. Next up is Batman Superman, Future State Batman Superman #2. With a cover by David Marquez and a variant cover by Art Adams. Also, Molly, thank you so much for the stew, the beef stew. We are finishing it up now, and it was delicious. Thank you so much. And the cheesy biscuits, those are amazing. So good. And Kira and Sid, if you guys are still on, thank you for the chicken noodle soup. That shit was banging. Chicken noodle soup is not ever a meal that I think, yeah, I'll eat that. But every single time we've eaten the chicken noodle soup, it was so, especially on the snow days, it was so like homey and comforting. It was so good, so delicious. Thank you guys. Everybody who made us food and stuff to help us out with the baby. It's one of the best things. Anytime you have a friend having a baby or something, buying them stuff on the baby registry is awesome. But making them meals that they can eat throughout the week or something is just the best. The fact that we didn't have to worry too much about feeding ourselves and we could just ladle something into a bowl and heat it up and then we were done. It was just awesome. So anytime you guys have friends having babies, make them a meal. It's fantastic. It's not anything I would have thought of, but a bunch of our friends did it, and boy, it was awesome. Thank you. Next up, Dark Detective number 4. Superman and Lois series premiere event February 23rd. Is that today? Ooh, shoot. I'm going to watch Superman and Lois. That looks pretty good. But anyway, Dark Detective number 4. This is the main cover by Dan Mora. Is that the Magistrate? Is he going up against the Magistrate? I only read the first issue of this, but I'm definitely going to catch up because I really love Dan Mora's artwork. And it's written by Tamaki. Oh, I forgot about that. Mariko Tamaki. All right. And then the variant cover by Brian Boland. Very obviously Brian Boland. I haven't seen him in a while. It's pretty cool. He does all of his stuff digitally now. And it still looks exactly the same. He's one of those guys who went from traditional artwork to digital artwork, and it's seamless. You can barely tell that there's a difference. There's other guys like Ron Garney who went from pencils and inks to digital. Very different, much looser style that doesn't speak to me as much. I used to love Ron Garney, and now his digital stuff just isn't as much for me. But Brian Boland didn't skip a beat, man. He's killing it. Both classic artists. All right, next up is Future State Legion of Superheroes, number 2 from Brian Michael Bendis and Riley Rossmo. And the artist cover, who I don't know who this is. Who is this? There's an artist cover. It's rare that I don't know an artist just from glancing at the artwork. Her fight. Yes, Brian Anderson. Nicole Kidman's fight scene and the way they shot it was awesome. I turned to Sushan and I was like, that was a badass fight scene. That was good. All the emotional stuff, the acting was not great. Molly says, oh, yay, you're welcome. Action figure expert. So are you saying you like that Batman versus Superman better than it? Yes. Yes, I do. Batman versus Superman, or BVS, has the best Batman fight scene of any Batman film. The warehouse. However, it also has the Martha scene. And it's got, what's his nuts as Lex Luthor, which it grates on you so hard. I understand what they were going for, and it's kind of neat. The idea of it is neat, but he grates on you so much. Ugh. But yeah, at least I stayed awake. I stay awake through Batman versus Superman. I did the director's cut, the whatever edition, something edition, and it's actually better than the theatrical version, not by much, but a little bit. Man of Steel is still the best of all of the Snyder films, I think. Sid says, you're welcome. Kira's been perfecting her soups in quarantine. Anytime you want to make us a soup. All right, so who's this artist? Oh, has anyone seen this version of Batwoman? I'm very curious about it. And I watched the first 4 episodes of the first season of Batwoman with Ruby Rose, and it's brutal. I was really looking forward to it, and I was kind of disappointed I think the drama is a little overwrought, and especially coming from watching season 4 of The Flash, which is really fun and poppy, and the dialogue is fun and snappy, and there's these tiny little moments. Apparently, there was a new showrunner because I asked my friends, and I was like, "What's going on with Flash season 4? It's hilarious. I've actually been laughing out loud, and it's been great." And then we went over to Batwoman season 1, and I made it 4 episodes, and I went like 3.5, and I went, "I'm good." But I'm curious to see if it's any better with the new protagonist. I don't know who she is, but I'm definitely gonna at least try out a couple episodes of the season 2 to see if I like it any better. I'm still trying to find out who did this variant cover of Legion. Ian McDonald. This is Ian McDonald. All right, and we got 2, 4, 6, 7 regular, 2, 4, 5. So 7 and 5. All right, that goes in the box. All right, 10 and 5, Batman, Superman. I forgot to mark off how many I got. And then Dark Detective, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 2, 4, 6, 8. 15 and 8. Gestoink, gestoink. Dan H says, I'm enjoying the new Batwoman, but I like season 1 too. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just, it takes itself so seriously that I wish it had a little bit more fun to it. But I totally understand why they're doing that, because The Flash is the fun comic booky one, right? Like sort of poppy and fun. So, of course, Batwoman is going to be the dark and brooding one, just like Arrow. But for some reason, yeah, Batwoman just isn't speaking to me. I love, for representation alone, I give it credit. The fact that it's just this casual sort of queer character, just, I sleep with women. Okay. And that's it. There's no like, it's not like, oh my God, look, she's a queer character. It's just like, oh, she's Batwoman and she's queer and she has these problems just like everyone else does. And I admire and respect that. But yeah, there's something about the drama and some of the acting that I'm just like, it's okay. It's all right. So warm and sunny outside, I'm taking cover off the pool and cleaning the deck while I listen to this, and I couldn't watch BVS more than once, and yes, Man of Steel is the best one. Where are you, Hal, that you have a pool? It snowed yesterday in Philly. We had a big snowstorm for the past couple of days. And yeah, it's more dark like Arrow was. Yeah, I remember really liking the first like 2 or 3 seasons of Arrow, and then I gave up. It just sort of like, I guess maybe I got tired of it, or maybe the quality actually went down. I'm not sure. But yeah, man, I was really excited for Batwoman because it was the first time we had like a bat-related character. Like basically Arrow is Batman. But I was excited for a bat-related show. Is anyone excited for Superman and Lois tonight? I'm definitely going to check that out. I was not, when I first saw that guy show up in Supergirl, I was like, really? This guy is Superman? Ugh. I don't know what it is about him. Apparently, he had auditioned to play the Man of Steel Superman, the one that Henry Cavill got. The Superman from the CW actually auditioned for that. So it's kind of cool that he didn't get Man of Steel, but I just threw my Sharpie into the trash. But yeah, it's kind of cool that he got the CW show instead. Okay, Legion of Superheroes. Where did we leave off? What are we doing? Suicide Squad. All right. Suicide Squad. Future State Suicide Squad. Number 2. featuring a backup story by Black Adam. Let's see, 1, 2. How many of these we got? 2, 4, 6 regular, and then here is the alternate cover for Future State Suicide Squad #2. So 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, and 5. So 6, yes. Ooh, Aquaman. I forgot to count Aquaman too. What am I doing? Two, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 and 5 Aquaman. There we go. That page is done. Christopher Goodnight says, I do not like him as Superman. Too young, and Lois looks older than him. That's for sure. It's a whole Cyclops Jean Grey thing from the 2000 X-Men all over again. But I'm excited for the show. I'm just hoping John Cryer sticks around as Lex from the Supergirl series. John Cryer, I saw him in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. And yeah, he's a lot of fun. I really like Supergirl. That's the problem with Supergirl. I love Melissa Benoist. Is that how you say her name? She's fantastic. I love her so much. And I like her relationship with her sister. But a lot of and I miss, I like season 1 where we had Ally McBeal as Cat Grant. I thought that was awesome. But I don't know. The rest of the show just doesn't hit me as much as she does as an actress. I think she's wonderful. She's killing it. Superman House of L #1. Ooh, what is this? Looks fun. Philip Kennedy Johnson and Scott Godlewski. What is going on in this book? This looks dope. This looks great. So we have a main cover by, I want to say, Yannick Paquette. And then there's a variant cover by someone whose name I don't know. Jay Anacleto. Very cool. So let's see. The House of L. This book looks dope. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. So 6 and 6. And then Superman versus Imperious Lex #2. And the variant cover. Here we go. So 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. 5 and 5. All right. That guy looks like a knockoff of Henry Cavill. I'm into this. I'm into all the CW DC shows, especially Legends of Tomorrow. So many people. I have tried maybe 4 or 5 different episodes of Legends of Tomorrow from season 1, and I couldn't do it. Can't do it. Although I'm seeing that apparently I need to start with season 2, and it's one of the most fun of all the DC CW shows. So I do want to watch that at some point. Maybe I'll try season 2. Do you, Dan H., is there a favorite episode of Legends of Tomorrow that I should watch? And that'll be like, that's the one to get me into the show. 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. Right now, I'm on Flash season 4, and I've just gotten up to the Earth X crossover. So that's been fun. I like the crossovers. It's really fun to see all these different characters hang out with each other. Although I miss Black Lightning. I got to catch up on his show too. All right, so we have a couple more things from DC. And Generations Forged one-shot, which is the next one-shot that follows Generations Shattered, which started off this whole thing back in January. So yeah, there's this cover, main cover, and then there's this cover by Raphael Albuquerque. And we got how many of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I got 2 hardcovers collections of the Joker War saga. This was a lot of fun. I thought this was great. If you're looking for a good, like, in and out, quick Batman story, Batman, the Joker War. This is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. So this has from James Tinian IV and Jorge Jimenez's Batman 95 to 100, plus tie-in stories from Batgirl, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Nightwing, Detective Comics, and exclusive to this collection, the Batman Joker Warzone Special. So it's not going to be in any other collections. So that's cool. And I got 2 of those. And this looks awesome. I don't know who L.L. McKinney is or Robin Smith, but there is a Wonder Woman Nubia YA book, Nubia Real One. I like, she's got the spot varnish just on her gauntlets and her nail polish. This looks cool. Can you be a hero if society doesn't see you as a person? Nubia has always been a little bit different. As a baby, she showcased Amazonian strength by pushing over a tree to rescue her neighbor's cat. But despite Nubia's similar abilities, the world has no problem telling her that she's no Wonder Woman. And even if she were, they wouldn't want her. Every time she comes to the rescue, she's reminded of how people see her as a threat. Her moms do the best to keep her safe, but Nubia can't deny the fire within her, even if she's a little awkward about it sometimes, even if it means people assume the worst. When Nubia's best friend, Quisha, is threatened by a boy who thinks he owns the town, Nubia will risk it all, her safety, her home, and her crush on that cute kid in English class, to become a hero society tells her she isn't. From the witty and powerful voice behind A Blade So Black, L.L. McKinney, and with endearing and expressive art by Robin Smith, comes a vital story for today about equality, identity, and kicking it with your squad. I am definitely 100% going to read this. This looks awesome. This looks cool. All right, so I got 2 copies of Nubia. Whoop. All right. Oh, and then, so tonight, oh, hi, Roboto someone 6. Sorry, I'm scrolling back. I lost a bunch of messages. Dan H says, yeah, Legends of Tomorrow is, after season 1, it's great. Anything with Bebo or where Gary gets his nipple bitten off by the unicorn. Hal says, I've been living here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, going on 9 years. Winter here lasts like 3 months. Season 1 of Legends was rough because of the Hawks and bad casting for Vandal Savage / cramming him into the Hawk. Listen, that's all right. Just a real quick aside. Here's when I gave up on Legends of Tomorrow. Spoiler for Legends of Tomorrow season 1. But they're fighting an immortal being, Vandal Savage. And they go through time. They finally track him down. And I don't know what episode it is. It's only a few episodes in because I didn't make it very far. And they have a showdown with Vandal Savage in a church or something. In the past. Way in the past. Excuse me. Got a little... way in the past, they have a thing with Vandal Savage. And they beat him. I believe they kill him. I believe they kill Vandal Savage. And then they say, his body is laying right there, and they say, well, we better jump ahead to when he reappears. You have his body in the past. You know he's supposed to reappear. The man is dead. Cut him up, bury him in concrete, do something with the body so that he stops being a threat. Because they know he keeps resurrecting, I guess. And they're like, well, I guess we've murdered him now. Let's jump to the future where he reappears. Motherfucker, just do something with the body. Burn the body. Do something. And they're like, nah, we're just going to leave this corpse here in the church. And we're going to jump through time to fight him again. What? And that's when I went, I'm out. This crap is dumb. So that's when I sort of gave up. No offense. I didn't mean to call it dumb. I shouldn't call it dumb. A lot of people enjoyed it. For me personally, I was like, no, the writers aren't thinking. Even if they had done something with the body and he still came back, at least acknowledge that you have the body and attempt to stop him from reemerging in the future. Let's see. What does everyone... Oh, Hal wants to know what everyone thinks of Black Lightning. I watched the first couple of episodes and I thought it was great. I forget that main actor's name, but he's awesome. And I like, his relationship with his wife. I like his daughters. Apparently they get powers eventually, which I haven't gotten up to that point yet. Yeah, I think that one's been a lot of fun. But it hasn't kept me going back like The Flash has. The Flash, for some reason, there's something about The Flash and the characters in that. It's probably the humor that's really that I like. Bebo, God of War, and then the finale of season 3 of Legends are the good ones I should watch. Christopher, no. Molly says, sorry if I miss anything. I keep having to duck in and out because my internet is down for the second time this week. Roboto, someone 6. Hello, everyone. Hal, I never got what I wanted from it and haven't watched it for a while. WandaVision is garbage, but hey, the MCU sucks anyway. I'm glad you followed it up with an LOL. Because we know you're joking. Because what? Keeping it apart from the Arrowverse for so long was disappointing, and then the finale of Arrow practically ruined the whole universe for me. I love Tuva Von Void from Alien News Desk. She is so super cute. What is Alien News Desk? Is that a reference to one of the CW shows? WandaVision is amazing, says Molly. And Roboto says, I am not joking. I'm serious about the MCU. Why? What is it about the MCU that says it sucks and is garbage? What do you like, Roboto? Roboto? I keep saying Roboto. Roboto? Do you like the DC movies? Do you not like any of the superhero movies? MCU sucks. I've never heard that from an actual living human being before. Okay, so that's done. That's done. I got a couple extra issues of Teen Titans Future State. So we're going to put that out. And as I was saying, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Tonight we're doing Movie Club. And we're going to it's a Zoom meeting. We do it every week. We do movie club, book club, movie club, book club. And tonight it is time for movie club. And we're doing Blade Runner. So we're going to be talking about Blade Runner on our Zoom meeting. We're going to hang out and just friend it up. But everyone is welcome. So yeah, if anyone wants to know, I like sexy robots. The MCU ruined movies and comics. What are you talking about? Ruined them how? I can't tell if you're just trolling. I love the actor that plays Black Lightning forever since 90210. Yeah, he was in 90210. Sports Night, The West Wing, and Friday Night Lights. Oh, I used to love Friday Night Lights. As a guy who absolutely hates sport, Friday Night Lights really surprised me how much I love that show. WandaVision is amazing. I agree, Christopher Goodnight. The first couple of episodes were a little boring for me because I didn't really care about the shtick of old-timey sitcoms, but it has definitely been getting better as it goes. That last episode was awesome. At the most, there are probably 3 bad Marvel Cinematic Universes movies, maybe 4. I would say Iron Man 2, I didn't really like. Thor 2, I didn't really like. That might be it. Even Incredible Hulk was kind of fun. I like dark and disturbing superheroes. Oh, so like the Punisher and stuff. Or the Boys. So you don't like Marvel or DC, you're more like Dark Horse, Image, stuff like that. Hey, Masked Panther, how's it going, bud? Thanks for chiming in. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, says Masked Panther. We've got a friendship connection. Molly says, I don't know if everyone is ready for my Blade Runner hot takes. I actually reread the source novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, after watching the movie last night so that I could come up with receipts. You read that? Wait, I'm sorry. You watched the movie last night and then you read the entire novel today? That's cool. I can't wait for you to tell us about it tonight. Because Sushan and I were talking about that last night. Like, oh, I wonder if we should read the actual novel. But from what I understand, the novel very loosely based. I'm sorry, the movie is very loosely based on the novel. Action figure expert, Thor 2, Guardians 1 are the only two that bug me. I love Guardians 1. But yeah, Thor 2 and Iron Man 2. I know a lot of people hate Iron Man 3, and Iron Man 3 is probably my favorite of the Iron Man films. So what the hell do I know? The MCU made people dumber, mainly because the characters don't take anything seriously. The movies are not that good. They are bland and boring. It's not for everybody. That's cool. Oh, Eric, what's up, Kyer? How's it going, buddy? Very loosely based. So yeah, I wasn't sure if like reading the novel would enhance my experience of watching the film at all. But I watched the final cut. This is probably the 5th time I've watched a Blade Runner, the first Blade Runner, and never once have I gone the entire film without falling asleep a little bit, or like at least sort of like doing the. It's so deliberately paced. It makes me sleepy. And I get it. I get it. It's a sci-fi noir detective story, but it is so sleepy sometimes. Oh, someone came up. I'm closed. Yeah, Roboto, I get it, man. Not everybody has to like the MCU movies. What are the ones you like, though? Like, I don't mean MCU. What are the movies that you like? Or TV shows? Like, are you watching The Boys? I feel like that's pretty dark and disturbing. You might dig that. What else is a good, really dark? Like The Punisher is good. I think Daredevil's really good. Those 2 TV shows from Netflix were great. Those are pretty dark. Gosh. I'm trying to think of other dark superheroes. And disturbing. There's a difference between dark, like I guess the Snyderverse films are dark, but I don't find them particularly disturbing. There is too much to type, but yes, short version, the book is very different. Howdy, it's worth a read, but it brings nothing of real value to Blade Runner, the movie. It does help because there are things the film doesn't bother to explain that the book does. That's the thing about the new one, the final cut, is that I do feel like I didn't have any questions by the end of it. I feel like I watched other versions of Blade Runner and I walked out going, what? But this one, everything made sense. The MCU made crossovers super popular and superheroes into a joke. It inspired garbage like DC Rebirth and Doomsday Clock and 3 Jokers. You're blaming DC Rebirth, Doomsday Clock, which is a sequel to Watchmen, and 3 Jokers on Marvel? I don't follow the thread there. Like, DC did the first... Well, that's not true. I guess the first Marvel crossover was Secret Wars, followed closely by Crisis on Infinite Earths. So both Marvel and DC have been doing crossovers for 80, 90, 2000, 2010, for 40 years. Huh. In fact, I think this, actually, I'm lying. The first crossover was not Secret Wars. It was the book that I just got in today, and that is Crisis on Multiple Earths. So this is back in the Silver Age. DC did the first crossover with themselves, where they would create a multiverse, and I'm not sure how you can blame this on Marvel. Right? Because this would be the first crossover, right? Let's see. Oh, Brian Anderson chimes in. Roboto, if you haven't seen the movie Super, starring Rainn Wilson from The Office and Elliot, what is his name? Gosh, what is his name? From Hard Candy. Yeah, Brian says Blade Runner makes me so sleepy. Action figure expert, Man Theory is just so much drag time in Blade Runner. Oh man, Theory is just so much drag time in Blade Runner. I get you saying. Yeah, Super is pretty dark. I really liked Super. Also, Watchmen. I don't know if that's disturbing or not, but it's dark. Ooh, Eric, disagree. I think the movie is almost unintelligible if you don't have the book background. But I read the book before ever watching the film. The emotion program machine. Ooh, I over scrolled. Shoot. The emotion program machine and the bit about replicants emphasizing with the scream make the book shine. Oh, maybe I should read it. Maybe I just filled it in without thinking beyond it. I've joined at a perfect time, says Fire Lord Nora. The MCU inspired DC's stupid idea to make Watchmen part of the DC unit. What are you, Roboto, where are you getting this from? The MCU inspired DC's stupid idea to make Watchmen part of the DC universe. There was Watchmen, and then there was Before Watchmen, and then there was Doomsday Clock from Jeff Johns. Why do you blame... What basis do you have for this? That it's Marvel's fault that DC decided to cross over Watchmen with the regular DC. Ain't there a TV version that's called Crisis on Infinite Earths? Firelord, yes. Yeah, it's for the CW shows. So it crosses over Supergirl, Black Lightning, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Arrow. Elliot Page. Thank you, Christopher. Good night. Yes, Elliot Page in Super. I kept explaining things to my boyfriend as we were watching last night. Does he like that, Molly? I don't know how to say it. Fight, fight, fight. There were Charlton, not charlatan. Charlton DC characters that the Watchmen were originally supposed to be. So yeah, Roboto, the Watchmen, as written originally by or conceived by Alan Moore before it was actually created, before he sat down and finished it, were based on DC hero or Charlton heroes. So already, they were based on characters that pre-existed, like what was it, Mr. A, and no, it was Captain Atom, and the, what is his name? Not the Stranger. The Question is Rorschach. Oh yes, Firelord. That was great. That scene with Lucifer Morningstar in the cameo of Crisis on Infinite Earths was hilarious. That was great. I haven't seen Lucifer yet, the show, but I did read the comic recently. I remember my first time reading Newsarama. By the way, I hate Super, says Christopher Goodnight. Oh, it's not, I mean, it's pretty dark. It's pretty brutal. I like The Dark Knight Returns and Watchmen and HBO's Watchmen. I like Spawn and Kick-Ass and Brightburn. Brightburn was fun. That was cool. I like Brightburn too. Dark Knight Returns is dope. I did not like the sequel, Dark Knight Strikes Again. That was one of the biggest letdowns of my entire comic book reading career. Watchmen, of course. HBO's Watchmen was dope as hell. HBO's Watchmen was friggin' awesome. Spawn, speaking of Spawn, I haven't gotten to it yet because I've been talking too much. But this week, the compendium for Spawn comes out. And this is all full color. And it's thick as hell. It's thick with 2 C's. And let's see, presents the stories and artwork that helped create the Spawn legacy for the first time in color, features Todd McFarlane's legendary hyper-detailed art and stories, as well as collaborations with industry giants Greg Capullo, Alan Moore, Dave Sim, Mark Silvestri, Frank Miller, and Grant Morrison. Collect Spawn issues 1 through 50. So, and yeah, I know there's a big Spawn, there's like a bunch more Spawn comics coming out soon. But anyway, your LCS should have that. If not, I have it. Let's see. Brightburn was great. Oh, Watchmen wasn't supposed to be a DC comic. It's supposed to be its own thing. Blue Beetle. Oh man, I'm missing all these comments. This is great. We paused the movie for me to explain, and he was confused. It's not like I was just butting in. Okay. Blue Beetle. Yes, Blue Beetle. Thank you, Christopher Goodnight. Watchmen isn't supposed to have read that. Brightburn was great, but I hate that we won't get. Why? Yeah, I would love a sequel to Brightburn. That would be awesome. Yeah, Owlman was Blue Beetle. Yes. Hold on a second. Someone's at my door. JD will be right back. Hello.
Hi.
You're from
Tell me
Slough?
what, yeah.
Go for it.
Tell me what happened.
I had a baby.
What kind?
A boy. His name is Kai Parker Holden.
Kai? Okay.
Kai, Kai.
Okay.
And yeah, he's amazing. And Sushan's at home with him right now.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Yeah.
How's she feeling?
Oh, she's great. She's mending up. Everything's wonderful. Yeah.
And nursing is going great.
Oh yeah. Everything's going like clockwork.
Congratulations.
Knock on something.
Yeah,
Thanks so much.
It'll keep changing.
Thank you. All right, I'm back. Let's see. I did not mean us fighting. We're having a fun discussion. I was mostly referencing JD responding to Roboto. I don't know what this guy is smoking. He needs to stop. 3 Jokers, Doomsday Clock, and Rebirth were good. WandaVision is great. It was Agatha all along. That was great. That was amazing. I love that little musical number. It's been stuck in my head. See, I don't know a lot about comics, so I joined to try and learn some stuff. Only comic I've read was that one which is titled Spider-Man No More, when he dumps the suit in the garbage can, which inspired the Tobey Maguire scene in Spider-Man 2. That's a good one. That is a great comic. Let's see. Firelord. What's a good comic for you to read? I mean, if you like Spider-Man, there's a lot of really good Spider-Man comics out there. You might want to try. There was a really good one called Kraven's Last Hunt. Highly recommend that one. If you have any questions, let us know. I'll be happy to help you out. Doomsday Clock is trash, says Roboto. I really like Doomsday Clock. Justin says, whoa! Watchmen was supposed to be a DC comic, but they didn't want to use the characters in that way. It's true. Watchmen was originally supposed to be in continuity DC, and at the last minute they went, never mind, make them all new characters, but they've all been based on DC Comics characters. Originally owned by Charlton, bought by DC, and then Alan Moore was like, let me use these DC characters, and they were like, change it up. So yeah, originally it was supposed to be in continuity with DC characters. Just so you know. I never realized Owlman was Blue Beetle. Yep. I do like Watchmen as its own unique book, and that's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Kyer and Roboto. Watchmen is still its own thing. If you want to sit down and read Watchmen, you can still do that. It is still its own thing. It is still exists in its own universe, and the things in that book happened. And then in Doomsday Clock, some of those characters jump universes. So it takes place after Watchmen. It does not undo anything that happened in Watchmen. It's still there. If you don't like Doomsday Clock, that's cool. But, I mean, you could still just read Watchmen and then not worry about anything that comes after it, right? Molly, have you read any Philip K. Dick? I actually like this light and hopeful superhero show. It is called the Aquabats Super Show. It is light and hopeful superheroes done right. So the Aquabats, I believe, are a ska band, right? I believe I saw them in concert. I haven't seen their show yet, the Aquabats Super Show. I haven't seen that. But when I was growing up, they were, I think I saw them at like the Lollapalooza or the Warped Tour. A few short stories, I think, but I don't know. Isn't Brightburn that horror movie based on Kal-El? Yes. Firelord, it is absolutely 100% a horror movie based entirely on if Superman was evil. That's it. Everything is basically Superman's origin, but bad. You're 100% correct. Spider-Man is overrated, I guess. Spider-Man's my dude. Spider-Man's my favorite. Read One More Day. Shut up, Christopher. Shut up with the One More Day. Don't listen to Christopher Goodnight. He's trolling you. Kathleen Hanna on vocals in the WandaVision songs. I just saw that. That's pretty cool. Spider-Man Blue. Yes. Firelord Nova. Am I saying that right? Nora. No, Firelord Nova. Spider-Man Blue. Check out Spider-Man Blue. It's like a 4-issue miniseries. That's really good too. And it deals with Peter Parker looking back on his first love and what happened with him and Gwen Stacy. Craven, Justin Agnew says Craven's Last Hunt. Craven's Last Hunt is so nuts. Great story. My copy is shredded because I read it so much, says Brian. Have you ever seen Blue Beetle's ship? It looks exactly like Owlman's. It's true. JD, stop talking sense. I'm sorry. The Evil Superman from Earth 148. I hated Doomsday Clock, says Chris, mainly because it took too long to come out. And now it's in a volume. So you could just read it in one sitting if you want. You can revisit it. I love the Aquabats and also haven't seen the show yet. You should watch the Aquabats Super Show. It's a really funny show. Is it on YouTube or where is Aquabats streaming? I reread Avengers is Disassembled and House of M, and the worst thing about House of M was that art. Are you the House of M art? What was that? Olivier Coipel? Who drew that? Who drew House of M? I like Mega Man. Oh, I don't know if you know, Roboto. There's a Mega Man comic right now that's coming out in issues. Brand new series. I really love the movie Blues Brothers. Never saw. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Oh, cool. Aquabats. All right. So that's all the DC stuff. Oh my God, I've just been chatting. I haven't been doing this. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I keep talking to you and I'm not showing you the books. I'm slacking. All right. So that was DC. Now we've got Diamond. It was Agatha all along. Okay, here we go. Diamond Comics. Yeah, Brian. Brian says the art of House of M was bad. Here's the door. I like The Crow. Roboto, so do I. I love The Crow. I went and saw it in the theaters when it came out many times. And then for The Crow 2, City of Angels, I actually went dressed up as The Crow and went to the theater to see it. It was the first time I ever dressed up for anything that wasn't Halloween. And boy, was I disappointed in Crow 2. All right, so Black Cat number 3 comes out this week. This has been surprisingly great. The fact that they decided to do a Black Cat King in Black tie-in confused me. And then I read it and I went, oh, that makes perfect sense. That's dope as hell. So yeah, Black Cat has been off to a great start. Black Panther number 23 from Ta-Nehisi Coates. wrapping up his run. Number 25 will be his final issue. So he's wrapping that up. Oh, isn't that cool? For Movie Club a couple weeks ago, we watched Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I believe was Chadwick Boseman's final performance, and he was awesome. He was so good in it. And there is a variant cover by Sousa. This is the Black History Month variant. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Faith #1. That comes out this week. Oh, Roboto likes Doctor Who. I haven't been able to get into Doctor Who. I've tried, and I haven't been able to do it. Captain Marvel #26. Kelly Thompson has been writing a really fun run of Captain Marvel. And she's dating Rhodey, War Machine. And this is the finale of the Brave New World storyline. Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, #11. Like their bodies are too large and their faces are smushed. Christopher, I've been meaning to reread Avengers Disassembled. Hal, Avengers Disassembled is still in print. I just ordered it into my shop. House of M is out of print, but I hear that they're going to put it back into print because of WandaVision, finally. So, yeah, if you need either of those books, let me know, and I'll order them in for you, and I'll mail them to you. I haven't seen all the episodes of Lucifer yet, but so far I really love the show. Yeah, I guess you and Molly really dig it, right? I haven't watched it. It hasn't really tempted me, so to speak. I've been rewatching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, God, I tried. And there was a period there where I really liked some of it. When it started to tie into the Marvel movies, I started to like it, like with the dissolution of S.H.I.E.L.D. I thought it was interesting. But then when they introduced the Inhumans, I got bored. And that guy from Twin Peaks, who I don't like, he's so moist. Why is he always so wet? Oh, Brian, can I have the Black Panther final issue? Yeah, let me put that on my subscription list, Bri. Give me a second. Everyone bear with me. I'm just going into another tab, of which I have 100. And I'm going to put in Black Panther #25. Brian Anderson. Got it. Okay. I've been rewatching. I hate the name Shazam for Billy Battens. I call him Captain Marvel. Okay. I mean, if you go into a comic book store and you ask for Captain Marvel because you're looking for Shazam, you're going to cause some confusion. JD, you're here. Hi, Anthony Drago. I am here. Did you get my email last night? Oh, wait. I think you did. Did you send me? I think you might have sent me your new previews order. But if you haven't, send it. I'm working on my previews order today. It's due Thursday night. Lucifer is silly fun, says Kyer. I need to reread Secret War by Bendis. You can call him Captain Marvel if DC wants. Marville? Marvile? Oh, good. You did, Drago. Thank you. All right, so Crossover from Donny Cates. This is a fun series, an Image series about a world where all of the DC, Marvel, and Image superheroes have crossed over into the real world, devastating an entire city. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then here's a variant cover by Mike Allred, starring Madman. With, it looks like the sword from Donny Cates' God Country. I wonder if that's the God Country sword. That'd be fun. All right. I hate racism and sexism. Yeah, me too. Good job. I also hate those things. All right, so that stack is done. We are definitely on the same page with that one, Roboto. Racism and sexism is stupid, and I hate it. And the world would be so much better if people could stop being friggin' idiots. Everyone's got to find someone to hate, right? It's so dumb. Stop worrying about other people and just live your life. Is this the finale of Crossover? Oh, I don't know. I think Crossover is an ongoing, Christopher. This is only issue 4. Nah, man, it's still going. At least from the last page, it seems like it is. My voice gets so dry when I do these. Daredevil number 25. I got the second printing in, where Elektra has taken over for Matt Murdock on the streets of Hell's Kitchen. Department of Truth number 6. This series is great, and it deals with the repercussions, the metaphysical repercussions of, what are they called? I always struggle with the word for this. Where people make stuff up. Conspiracy theories. Yeah, the metaphysical repercussions on reality due to conspiracy theories. This is great, by James Tinian. Awesome. Highly recommend that. Look at the back and see if it says the end. I did. It doesn't. XJ9 is hot. And yeah, I'm ashamed of saying that because she is a teenager. I don't know who XJ9 is. Where did this come from? Did I miss who XJ9 is? Did I miss that comment? I don't know. I thought in previews, one of the solicits said finale. Maybe it's issue 6. I like Daredevil. Oh, Daredevil's great. I like Daredevil. Man, this Daredevil is so good. I'm glad you reviewed it a few months ago. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna tune back into it on the podcast, Christopher. So Firefly number 26 with a cover by Bengal. Walk like an Egyptian. And this is a Shepherd book variant. And Immortal Hulk by Al Ewing and Joe Bennett. Number 43. So, Roboto, have you watched the Daredevil Netflix series? I know you're saying the MCU is trash, but the 3 seasons of Daredevil is just chef's kiss. It and Thor. Yeah, Thor's been great too, by Donny Cates. I just read Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil 1 through 10. Really good. Yes. Let me know if you want me to add it to your subscription list, Anthony. XJ9, aka Jenny, is from a show called My Life as a Teenage Robot. Never heard of it. Kaiju Score number 4 from Aftershock Comics. King in Black Namor by Kurt Busiek. Number 4, part of the King in Black tie-in event. King in Black Return of the Valkyries by James Aaron. Awesome. That comes out this week. Doop, 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 doodly doop. And then Maestro, War and Pax by Peter David and Javier Pina. So Falls the Pantheon. Who's next? All right, so those are done. Marvel Voices Legacy number 1, celebrating Black History Month with a star-studded lineup. And a variant cover by Olivier Coipel, who apparently Chris St. Saucy Goodnight hates. even though he's awesome. I hate crossovers, by the way. I want everything to be self-contained. That's just my opinion. Fair enough. Fair enough. Marvel Snapshots, Captain Marvel. Magnificent Miss Marvel, celebrating 75 issues of Miss Marvel. This is number 18 by Saladin Ahmed. Saladin. Now I've got that song. It was Agatha all along. Monstrous, number 32 by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. Oblivion Song by Robert Kirkman and Lorenzo De Felici. Did anybody else watch I Care a Lot? That just hit Netflix this week. It was awesome. Oh, Molly too. It got you too. Post Americana number 3 by Stephen Scroce. Rain Like Hammers from Brendan Graham. So here's a reprint of number 1. And what did you think? Oh, wait, Christopher, you messaged me about it. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to mention what Christopher said because it's spoilery, but yeah. Yeah, we talked about it on Instant Messenger. My nose is itchy, so I'm going to rub it on my microphone. The only crossover I want is a Doctor Who and Watchmen crossover. Besides, Doctor Who needs a dark and grim reboot without erasing everything that happened in the series. It needs a dark and gritty reboot? Isn't the whole point of that show is that it's like very silly? It's like, I want a dark and grim reboot of the Muppet Babies. I haven't watched I Care a Lot yet, but it's on the list. I'm going to, you know what, Molly, if I don't do it tonight, if I forget, I would like to put that up for Movie Club, an option to vote on. I Care a Lot as an option for tonight. Or when the next time we do voting. New Mutants number 16. I feel so bad. People come up to my door and they want to get in, but right now I'm closed Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm going to start being open 7 days a week again. My friend Brian Lieb is going to be, who you know from the podcast, is going to be watching the store for me Mondays and Tuesdays, I think. So, but you know, when I'm here doing the live stream, people come in and they're like, my sign says closed Mondays and Tuesdays, but they keep knocking, thinking it's going to change if they knock enough, I guess. And then they finally get it. But I feel bad. Normally, if I'm here, I let them in so they can shop, because if I'm here, why not? But if I'm here doing this, I don't want to take away from here to do that, you know? Nomen Omen number 12 by Marco Babucci. Very cool book. Magic. The reign of mortals is over. Well, we had a good run, I guess. You and I, mortals. Scumbag, the world's fate rests with the worst person on it. Scumbag number 5. Never responded to the second message, which is what I assumed you're referring to now. But yeah, no spoilers. IDW ruined Doctor Who. I've never read any of the IDW Doctor Who comics. Also, you keep saying that certain elements have ruined things, but you could just not read IDW comics, right? You could just watch the show and then nothing's ruined because the show still exists. Huh. From the world of Black Hammer, Skull Digger Skeleton Boy number 6 from Jeff Lemire and an artist whose name I can't pronounce. Tansi Janik? Tansi Janik. Yeah, that's like saying the John Wick comic book series ruined John Hick. But I wouldn't know that because I haven't read the comic book. And the movie still exists. So even if someone thinks that the comic ruined John Wick, it hasn't, because you could just forget about the comic book and watch the movies. Doctor Who was never serious. Okay. He says, just take my, Roboto. I'm saying they, I don't know. They say, just take my word for it. And this is the variant cover for Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy. Brutal. Yeah. So bloody. Something is Killing the Children, one of my favorite series, also by James Tynion IV. This is number 15. Highly recommend Something is Killing the Children. It's a fun but dark story. You know, that involves child murder. As fun as one can be. Sonic the Hedgehog. I watched about half of, or at least a quarter of, the Sonic movie. It's pretty cute, but it didn't keep me going. Amazing Spider-Man number 60. I read this last night. There's kind of an interesting thing that happens with Peter trying a little bit of therapy, which I'd say he needs after the last storyline. I don't want to spoil anything, but I could understand needing a little bit of therapy after what happened to Peter. All right, Symbiote Spider-Man, another King in Black tie-in. I like Image Comics Youngblood mainly because it's canon to Spawn, plus it makes sense. I haven't read Youngblood since the 90s. Is it still coming out? I haven't seen it in a while. King in Black, Symbiote Spider-Man 4 by Peter David. And Greg Land. Not my favorite artist, but I do like Peter David. Stray Dogs number 1. This, I believe, is an adult book starring pets. On the back, I'll read you the back quote from Brian Michael Bendis. My favorite thing about comics is when someone shows you something you didn't know you needed. The Secret Life of Pets meets 7? Yes, please. Welcome to Stray Dogs. I was blown away. Brian Michael Bendis. So I guess this is a murder mystery with puppies, with dogs and pets. That looks kind of neat. For people mourning the loss of Buffy due to Joss's toxicity, Something is Killing the Children is worth the read. Plus, James is gay, so you are supporting the LGBTQ community. Let's see, The Union number 3. Is this no longer a King in Black tie-in? I guess not. I haven't read the first 2 issues yet. Oh, there was another show. What was that other show we watched? Oh, gosh. Oh, there's another show you should check out. It's either on Amazon or Netflix. I forget which. And it is called Behind Her Eyes. Molly, if you're still there, watch Behind Her Eyes. It's based on a novel, and it switches genres about halfway through. And then it switches genres again. It's great. Behind Her Eyes. I think it's Netflix or Amazon. Awesome. It's really, really good. At first I thought it was one kind of TV show and I thought it was cute and whatever. But then about halfway through the third episode, I was just like, all right, I'm going to go get a shower, honey. You know, my wife was there watching it. She wanted to continue watching it. And I was like, you continue watching this. I'm going to go get a shower and read a book or something. I got a little bored. And then I came back a little bit later and I was like, wait, what happened? Who did what? And then I sat right back down on the couch and we just watched the rest of the season. Chapel is a member of Youngblood. He is the one who killed Al Simmons. I remember Chapel. Yeah. Yeah, he got, I think, I want to say Todd McFarlane got sued or something about Chapel for some reason, because I guess it was a Youngblood character. Molly says, I'm still here. Interesting. I worked a bazillion hours this week, so hopefully I'll end up having some catch-up time off. Yeah, check it out. It's good. Usagi Yojimbo, Wanderer's Road. Number 4. John Walker, U.S. Agent. Number 3, from Christopher Priest. I Am Just Ice. And then, so The Walking Dead has been doing full color reprints of their original issues. And then this week, they are doing second prints of those reprints. And they each have David Finch special covers. So here's issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 5, issue 6. So yeah, kind of cool. Also, this is neat. I sold a record. We're in the process of selling a record. It was a Taylor Swift record store day release of 1984, 85, 86, 1989. Taylor Swift 1989. And I'm selling it for $400. What? What? 400? What? To someone in London. But the problem is when you're shipping to London, I can't do tracking and I can't do insurance because I wanted to get tracking to make sure it would get to the person. And then I wanted insurance because it's $400. But once it leaves the States and goes elsewhere, it's out of our hands. It's out of the United Postal Service's hands. So you can't do insurance or tracking, which sucks. Top 5 sexy robots. Splash Woman, Iris, Void from Wildcats, Tuva Von Void from Alien News Desk. I think we already know that Roboto likes XJ9, a.k.a. Jenny. Spoiler alert, he told us earlier. All right, and then to wrap up the single issues from Diamond, we've got Warhammer 40K, Marnius Calgar. Oh, Iris from Mega Man X. And Splash Woman is from Mega Man 9. Speaking of dark, I got this Junji Ito Misfits sweatshirt from Crunchyroll. I love me some Junji Ito. He is the master of horror manga. So yeah, I ordered this months ago and it finally showed up. I'm very happy with it. I love it. All right, Wolverine number 10. Ooh, it's Patch. Patch is back. The eye patch is a dead giveaway. And then X-Men number 18. Here is the regular cover. Ooh, it's Laura. My favorite Wolverine. The all-new Wolverine. And it looks like Mimic. And I don't know who that other guy is. I haven't read X-Men in a couple of months. I got to catch up. But I ordered in the all-new Wolverine Omnibus, which has all of Tom Taylor's Laura comics series in it. I can't wait for that. So that's the main cover. And then there is a Black History Month cover of Storm. And there is a Peach Momoko Laura cover. This is awesome. Look at that cover. That is dope as hell. Martial Law, Roboto. I've never read Martial Law, but I'm aware of it. And Brat Pack by Rick Veitch. JD, question. The only thing I've read from Terry Moore is Motor Girl. Where do I go from there? Well, Anthony Drago, I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a second. All right. So Terry Moore is one of my favorite indie creators. And the first time I ever found Terry Moore, as if he was lost, when I first discovered him, as if he were America, was Strangers in Paradise. The first thing he ever did was Strangers in Paradise. And it went on for over a decade. And you can get them now in these nice little, they're called pocket books. And so this has the first 3 or 4 issues, which was a mini series that he did to test the waters. And then I guess it did well enough that he was like, I'm going to keep writing this shit. And he kept writing this shit. And it's great. It's basically a LGBTQ dramedy intrigue thriller, crime thriller. It's hard. It went on for so long, but it did so many different things, and it's just great. But like I said, you're in for the long haul. It went for quite a while. Oh, in fact, give me one more second. This is a 2 omnibus set with a cover gallery as well. And this is it's $180 because it's a whole lot of comics. But basically you've got, it's a love triangle. Let me find a place to put this. It's a love triangle between Katina Chuvansky, who's nicknamed Kachu, Katina Chuvansky, who is gay as hell, gay as the day is long, and her friend Francine. And they have met in high school as awkward teenagers, and they've been best friends forever. And Katina is in love with Francine, who is also kind of in love with Katina, but considers herself straight. So, you know, we've got this woman who's just like super in love with this one, and this one's like, yeah, I love you too, but dudes are great. So, you know, it's her being sure of her sexuality and her what she wants, and then you know, Francine being really uncertain, really unsure, and there's sort of that tension between the two of them, where she's just like, you're my best friend, I love you, but it's not going to happen. But then, you know, will they, won't they? And then David shows up, and David falls in love with Kachu. And then there's that kind of interesting back and forth. So you've got a couple of stories happening, and then that's sort of like the beginning of it. And then we start to find out lots of interesting things about Kachu's past. and what she used to do back in the day and who she used to work for and what they used to do for the government. Yeah. This series it went on forever and it was amazing. I believe there are 6 volumes of pocketbooks, or there's the 2 omnibuses. All right. So that's Strangers in Paradise. I'm sorry that was a bit long, but it's a convoluted, you can't just elevator pitch Strangers in Paradise. After that ended, he did a sci-fi book called Echo, which was also really good. That's a nice little mini series. You can get it in a pretty thin little omnibus. Also very good. And then you read Motor Girl about a female soldier dealing with PTSD, which I haven't finished yet. And then he did Rachel Rising, which is my all-time favorite book he's done, strangely enough, even though I love Strangers in Paradise. Rachel Rising is a book about Rachel, and she has been murdered before the book starts. She wakes up in her own shallow grave, has to dig herself out of her own shallow grave, figure out who murdered her, why she's still alive, why people don't seem to recognize her, and all the other weird shit that's going on in this small town. This is awesome. You can get this in one big omnibus for $55, softcover. Sadly, the trade paperbacks are all out of print. So right now, this is the only way you can get it. I hope that answered your question. That was a lot. I'm sorry. All right, so that's the X-Men books. We showed you all those. Year Zero, Volume 2, Issue 4 from Benjamin Percy. And a Tales from the Umbrella Academy, You Look Like Death, number 6 of 6. So, yeah. Punisher Warzone, that movie is garbage, but it's funny as hell. I highly recommend it, says Roboto. I really love this Wired Japanese movie called Tetsuo the Iron Man. I saw that back in college. Japanese cyberpunk body horror from 1989. Yeah, I remember. That's a crazy one. I love the low budget movie from 1990 called Hardware. It's a really good movie, very underrated. Molly says, I'll take the Rachel Rising omnibus. I've been meaning to read it anyway. Molly, have you read Strangers in Paradise? Oh, and then, so back on the Terry Moore tip, he recently did a series called 5 Years, which took Echo, Rachel Rising, Strangers in Paradise, and Motor Girl and put them all together in one big crossover. The Terryverse. Will do, Molly. I will put your name down on this omnibus. So, Anthony Drago, I hope that answered your question. And then coming up soon is a mini-series from Terry Moore, which takes the little girl character from Rachel Rising. I don't want to spoil anything, but her character is getting a spin-off mini-series in the next month or so. Oh, and I forgot Ever. So, Anthony, this is a nice, thin little trade paperback called Ever, The Way Out. And this is unrelated to any of the other books so far. Ever is a savvy 17-year-old when she meets Timothy, a charming angel, who reveals she will fulfill an ancient prophecy on her next birthday. In shocking detail, Timothy tells Ever what really happened in the Garden of Eden and why it is Ever's responsibility to set things right by sacrificing herself to the beast, guarding the fallen angels in the pit of darkness. Enter Samuel, a mysterious angel who makes a bet with Timothy that will change Ever's life forever. So yeah, this is a nice little one and done. So if you want to read this, I can toss it in your next shipment if that talks to you. No, and I will, but I can't buy them all at once. That's fine, Molly. Anthony says, thumbs up. Sorry, I got to go. See you on the next live stream. Bye, Roboto. Hey, Max. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the show. We're about to wrap it up. I'm going to go through some trade paperbacks. Heavy books. So I already showed you the one. They have finally done a Spawn compendium. There's a lot of Spawn stuff coming out in the next year. And so if you want to get caught up, this is the first 50 issues of Spawn from Todd McFarlane, Greg Capullo, including work from Dave Sim, Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman, Grant Morrison, Frank Miller. So Spawn 1 through 50. Miles Morales, Volume 4, Ultimatum. The Goon, Bunch of Old Crap Omnibus, Volume 4. How you doing, Max? I had a baby. You want to see him? I'll show him to you. Everyone's going to see my baby, whether they want to or not. There's little Kai. That's my son, Kai. He is 2 weeks old. Has it been that long? Goodness me. They grow up so fast. Girl Haven from Lila Sturges and Megan Carter. Fan favorite writer Lila Sturges brings you this enchanting and affirming tale of a queer teenager's fantastic journey of self-discovery. Faithless 2, the miniseries that follows up Faithless 1, by Brian Azzarello and Maria Levitt. Like I was saying earlier, Department of Truth, Volume 1 came out. This is issues 1 through 5. This series is great. Highly recommend it. I'm hoping to bring this up for book club as an option for one of our book clubs coming up. I think it's very, very interesting. Hey, are you going to be on this Sunday? He's the host. So Action Figure Expert is asking about the Spoiler Alert podcast where we live stream the comic book review show every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Yes, I'm planning on being on the show. We'll see how the baby is. If Sushan needs me to take care of the baby because he's flipping out or something, I don't know. Maybe she wants to take a bath. I may have to dodge in order to take care of my son, but I'm planning on being on the show. The past couple of Sundays are not the same without me. Thanks, Action Figure Expert. That's lovely. What a nice thing to say. Boop. The Complete Darkness, Volume 1 Omnibus. Nice big soft cover. Garth Ennis, Mark Silvestri. The criminal underworld of New York City is a dark and brutal place, but it's never seen horror like this. Created by industry legends Mark Silvestri and Garth Ennis, up-and-coming mobster Jackie Estacado discovers a nightmarish new inheritance, the supernatural power known only as the darkness. Weighing his conscience against the ability to mold the shadows to his will, Jackie finds himself dealing with worse than the usual wise guys, an ancient cult, an angelic archenemy, and the corrupting consequences of a demonic entity empowering him. The Darkness. That was a fun series from Wildstorm back in the, oh gosh, was that the 90s or the early aughts? So yeah, there's that. November, Volume 4, The Mess We're In, from Matt Fraction. He's been releasing every couple of months these little hardcover graphic novels called November. So this is Volume 4. As a vast criminal underground tears itself apart, the only way these three women will survive is together. The odds are long. Time is up. Entertainment Weekly's 2019 Graphic Novel of the Year concludes. So yeah, this is the fourth and final volume of November. And then just a couple more things, and then I got to go do a Zoom meeting. Spider-Man Bloodline from J.J. Abrams and Sarah Pichelli. I love the cover of this. This is wonderful. This is so cool. This was a variant cover for the first issue, which had a die cut. So like you could open it and see through the book, but they didn't do that here, obviously. So yeah, this is cool. And then, oh, here's the regular cover. Oh, congrats, JD. So cute. Thank you, Max. Anthony says it's a cliche, but they grow up so fast. My oldest is 14. Goodness gracious. Congrats on having a 14-year-old. That sounds, do you get more sleep now? Star Wars Victory's Price, an Alphabet Squadron novel. I've been really enjoying Star Wars novels recently. Let's see. The Deliverance and its squadrons will join the attack, but I want you prepared to counter the 204th if they are present, Akbar said. You've proven more than once that they're dangerous. Let's make sure any damage they do is contained. And then it keeps going. I don't know where this takes place. The Aces of the New Republic have one final chance to defeat the darkness of Shadow Wing in this thrilling conclusion to the Star Wars Alphabet Squadron trilogy. And then the Star Wars The High Republic, A Test of Courage novel, which looks like more of a YA book. But it is an actual novel. I'm really enjoying the first High Republic novel. I think it's called Light of the Jedi. All right, and last but not least, Rory McConville and Joe Palmer bring us Write It in Blood. On the eve of their retirement, two hitmen, Cosmo and Arthur Price, drive through the Texas countryside with a hostage in the trunk of their car. The brothers are meant to deliver the infamous Little Harkness to their boss, but matters become complicated when Arthur's recklessness jeopardizes Cosmo's retirement plans and puts a target on their backs. So yeah. Oh, this looks good too. I like the art of this. So yeah, and that's it. Those are the books for this week. I got 9 minutes to get home. So I'm going to say adieu. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for the last, 2 hours. And if you need anything, come down to the shop. You can text me. You can message me. Any way you want to get in contact with me, I'll be more than happy to mail you your books if you want. And that's it. I will see you. Oh, don't forget to, like the YouTube channel. Cult Pop Go YouTube channel. We do, besides the live stream on Sunday mornings where we review the books, I do the live streams on Tuesdays where I show you the books, and we do things called Thunder Rounds, which are 60-second reviews of comics or movies or whatever we feel like. So yeah, click like and subscribe and do all that stuff. Molly says bye. Bye, Molly. I'll see you tonight for Movie Club. We're going to be talking about Blade Runner. I did it. Blade Runner. Hope you can make it on Sunday. Catch you later, JD. Bye, Action Figure Expert. Thanks for everyone to hanging out with us. Love you. And I'll talk at you later.